fine. Ryan, what do you even say about this?
That was lit.
We carry it around. Also, those head studs, I just want you to know, if you ever tell me we're changing head studs at the track, I'm fucking going home right then. I'll change the head studs.
This is called the Brazilian picanha. The only thing we use here is salt. Only thing. The difference is the way we cook it.
Dude.
Oh, old style, do you know? Meats, beer, Marlboro.
Alright, we made it. We're here. Hello. The cars, the awning poles are up on the sides, so the cars have to come out.
And everything is going to be just put away on that side of the truck?
Okay, yeah. Then we start laying. Good. All right, great. Look at those glasses, dude. Those glasses are hard, dude. Man. With the chain on the side.
His style is just for who has style.
Dang. Mike's up there hitting switches. He's got the car out. She's looking good. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I think it's just the wheel. I think that wheel is just, that's the one from Irwindale. Now it's the one from Simon. I think she's just out for blood. She just wants action. All right. We got everything set up. We got Mike. Hola. Sector 32. And my boy Joe. My Poppy Joe. We got Derek.
What's happening, y'all?
Why don't you guys tell me what you guys had to do from Atlanta to now?
Got a new clutch in it. Yep. New clutch. New location of the bell housing. New location of the slave cylinder. New location of the clutch fan, alternator fan. Blower ducts.
Fix the headlights too.
Headlights fixed. Alignment to the steering wheel.
Yep. Yes.
Steering wheel alignment. We pretty much rebuilt the entire car. Yes, pretty much.
That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like.
100%. If all else fails, you have a backup here.
I do. We brought the McLaren.
Damn right.
We brought the McLaren.
Have to get around that dual clutch. That's fine. He said as long as he has a handbrake, he can figure it out.
That's it. That's all I need.
We got the standard, so we can put in a dial. So I can just do it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yep. See, we're covering all bases.
We're keeping it at 3 mil?
So we are going to make some adjustments.
Special sawbelt delivery from my boy Eric right here, dude. Got these dope, fresh new sawbelt hats. My boy Lewis designed. Killing it at work, dude. Love it. These are so dope. So these are like Gecko Tech is what they are?
Yep.
You said these are like special for suede wheels, right?
Suede wheels, yep. This is the Gecko Tech here. The difference with this grip, you'll love it.
I love that. All right, so it is Friday. Everything's set up. I'm just leaving the hotel. I couldn't sleep that well last night, but I slept enough. And that's all that matters. I slept enough. It's pretty hot out here, not gonna lie. It's cooler than when we first got here. When we first got here, it was like 106 degrees inside this truck. I think outside it was like 101 or something like that. My plan for today, we have Kyle Mohan, driving Kyle for a long time. I know what I need to do to win today. Drove the car around a little bit more. The clutch is definitely better. Like you can even feel the engagements right off the rip. It's just the little things, bro. It's the little things that make a difference. I think the car's gonna rip, it's gonna shred. Just not gonna try to overheat ourselves today. Just try to stay cool, stay hydrated. Most importantly, stay positive. It's gonna be a great day today. Not a cloud in sight. Let's kick some ass.
Got dueling cameras?
Dueling.
Yours is bigger than mine.
It is.
How I feel about that.
Get used to that. There's a couple things that I wanted to show you here.
It's rich. This
is actually not a bad thing because this is a good indicator for you to kind of pop the rear of the car on.
You'll feel that?
And you'll feel that. As long as you don't go over the white line, as long as you're like planted. If you had the tire on the edge right here, money. I think it's pretty funny. It's like every year we go around and do this track walk ever so slightly, just keeps getting worse. They made an improvement back over there and that actually is holding up, but behind it is like peeling back. Look what was missed in the track walk right there.
Yeah, pick that up for the boys.
It's a full-size sandwich right there. Goodness. Not a nice surface. This is a tire eating surface right here. So this is the patch, the repair patch from last year, and this is actually held up quite well. It's just behind it, which to me isn't really that big of a deal. This was the most difficult part of it. It would have this, it was a really sharp approach angle from the bank into the infield. So we don't think there's gonna be any rain, thankfully. But if it does, this is a spot that'll bite you because all the water wants to pool down coming off the bank, and it really likes to puddle down around right there by the inner clip right there. So you have to be very careful with your throttle inputs. The wall here is pretty straightforward. It doesn't take a lot to get up on there. It's not the steepest bank. It looks a lot steeper than it really is, especially when you're in your car and you're at pace. The wall it's got that big old snaggle tooth right there. I don't know, probably a school bus race. Got risky.
I never noticed that until you pointed it out.
Oh yeah, that's a doozy right there.
The crack. But it's been filled in.
It's been somewhat. I mean, this is my measurement device now. It is at least a sandwich.
That's a sandwich size crack.
That's a sandwich size crack right there. That's a sandwich size crack. But I like this because it's one of those where it's pretty easy to get up, and the pictures and the footage looks gangster.
Killed it here last year.
Yeah. As you can see, we're much more organized than we were in round one.
That's funny because we were just talking about how we're not.
Nice.
And everything's a mess. So I just made this note that if you leave stuff on this counter, it's going in the trash. Put it away. Nice. And I've already followed through with that. We don't need to carry around trash. We don't need to carry around head bolts. We don't need to carry around a zillion AN fittings.
Or small shirts.
But yeah, here we are carrying around 1 million AN fittings.
I keep that thing on me.
Yeah, these are all going back to Atlanta with me, and I'm using them on my truck.
Got done with 2 sessions of practice, did a gear change, some damper adjustments, some tire pressure adjustments. It is really hot right now. My last run that I was leading Turek, car started to pull timing a little bit just due to intake air temperatures being so high. Surface temperature is about 120 degrees right now, and it is very humid, it's very hot. Thankfully, when we are competing later, it'll be a little bit cooler, so hopefully that helps us. Well, it will help us. The car is absolutely ripping. It's super fast. It's super fun to drive. The track surface is a little bit inconsistent. I would say it's a lot more inconsistent than it was last year, but I am making more, we're on a different tire, making more power, different suspension. Thankfully, we're utilizing our damper position sensors, our adjustments effectively based off of what we're seeing off the data. No, it's awesome, man. Derek and Mike are kicking ass. Mike is kicking ass. Dustin, Joe. Everyone's working really good, vibing really well. I'm really happy. I'm looking forward to competing tonight and just having a good time out there. So I'm gonna get in and just cool down. I found my, I came up on the inner bank a little too hot, and I think when it compressed, it touched the rear bumper, and the rear bumper just flew off so violently with the trunk wing all over Matt Field. I shit all over him with fiberglass. It was epic. So we just got done with the last session of practice. Did 2 chase runs. Odie blew his motor, killed like a good portion of practice. They're not extending our practice at all, so I was able to get 2 runs. I followed Connor Shanahan on my first one, and I got to Kazuya on my second. Car's running awesome. Car's killing it, kicking ass. Looking forward to going out there, putting it down.
Literal Kyle Mohan, literal, stepped up big in Atlanta, had a good run. Kyle Mohan, you were talking about how impressed you were. Similar to that, I mean, Kyle Mohan's been around since day one. The podium has escaped him, but he's been true. Just like, I mean, talk about these purists. Only dude running an RB on the left, only dude running a rotary on the right. So these guys are diehards. They're gonna die on the cross for their engines.
Run here is nice and smooth, nice and consistent, which is what we want. And it looked like Kyle needed to get on power a little bit more. You can see how long it took for those tires to light up and then get back into the pocket. Little has a nice left foot brake there to get the car settled coming off the bank, which can be risky. It's a great way to bend a tie rod by doing that. But then through the rest of these zones, I mean, this is a really solid run by Literal. It's, as you said, not crazy flashy. He doesn't do anything ridiculous, but he puts together a very solid run.
And that's almost like no news is good news, where it's just a good, straightforward, good, clean run. Car looks good. It looks settled, not wavering. You know, and as we're getting overhead with Kyle, see him kind of lunging back and forth, but Ryan keeps it rock solid. Kyle edges in there. You can see Ryan working the wheel a little bit. It's not major corrections, like you said, input-wise. Got a little loosey-goosey there on that second run.
Yeah, so let's check out the initiation there from Kyle Mohan. We see he's on left foot brake right through it, but it does take him a while to get the back end of the car settled in there, and it kind of throws it in near the end, which does throw Ryan Literal for a bit of a loop. He does shoot through this section here. Kyle's kind of been struggling with keeping the throttle consistent through that transition zone, and with the rotary, if you come off throttle, it does take a bit to get back into where it makes power. So this initiation here, so he gets on it, then left foot brakes, then gets on power, now is throwing angle in. So it really takes Kyle about half of the bank before he's really got things dialed in, which you know, it sucks because the rest of the run does start to come together. We do see some more corrections here, and I think the chase that we see out of Ryan Literal more or less comes from the fact that he wasn't able to get things settled because Kyle wasn't getting things settled in front of him. chase, struggling. Not able to put the power down. Either has the car gripped up too much or not making enough power at this point in time. But Ryan Literal, just textbook there. Does push a bit wide to that first section as we talked about. The driver's kind of using it as a bit of a starting ramp, pushing the rear end up to shoot the car forward. But yeah, Ryan Literal, I mean, nice swing on that entry. I think he can whip it a little bit harder. I mean, the Ryan Literal I know that gets a little bit more aggressive. You can see a huge swing out, but he's learning that he's got to, you know, play the game a little bit, right? You want to throw a ton of angle, you want to be super stylish. You also want to win. So you gotta find that balance, and I really think Ryan Literal is kind of coming into his own.
Well, it's just trust issues. You know, he's had some gremlins that have popped up and just wreaked havoc. They're eating after midnight, getting wet, and they're growing. And now it's finally seems like he's exercised the demons, and he's figured it all out there with the collab guys from Georgia. So here we go. See him out front. D-Maz, Derek Madison. You know, if I'm Literal, and you know, I'm Literal spotter, I'd say, hey man, tiptoe. Because look, there it is. You see him really riding that left foot brake there. That's a hard act to follow there. Oh, buddy. Ooh. And see, look at that. And that's exactly that could have been way worse.
Both of them shut down almost simultaneously.
All right, so we just got done with our battle with Derek Madison. Everything was running great until when I was in the chase, I had no boost pressure. So I didn't understand. I thought like my turbo was done or something or another. Coincidentally, his car broke and we had a really good lead run. So that put us on to advance. I want to say that we had Connor Shanahan next. We were running good in practice, so I was really looking forward to the battle, but by bringing we brought the car back here to the pit. Since we run that internal actuator, it backed off and it was stuck 100% open. So I wasn't able to build boost pressure. The guys were like, oh, we could probably get it stuck at like 30% or something or another, but I didn't want it to overboost and then the ECU cuts it off or damages the motor and we hurt the car. Like, bigger picture, it's best to save the car today. We have another actuator. We're going to fix the car. Car will be 1,000% tomorrow. I would rather push hard and take chances tomorrow than to take chances for just a different position on the bracket. I think sometimes you have to make hard calls like that, and you just got to be a professional, and you have to see the bigger picture. So really happy with the car. Really proud of my guys for kicking ass. It's super hot outside. I'm dying. California soul, California skin. Yeah, it's having a hard time. Keep it up, but we're hanging in there. I'm just happy just to have my car out there, just kicking butt. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to tomorrow. So we're gonna go through the car, get everything 100%, and get dialed.
Dude, that was a fucking 100-point fucking You okay? Yeah, this is fucking you good? We're good. I'm a little bummed because like we would have definitely gone at least to the finals. Proceeding, and winning a seating bracket is still super cool for us. Yeah, no, I was. Just so we can get a great spot and go all the way in the actual battle.
I was like, I don't think we were expecting him to do
Still happy. Still happy.
So what battle was that? Was that Mohan?
Yeah, it was with Mohan.
Mohan battle on your lead one, right?
On my chase.
On your chase.
Yeah.
Ryan had to throttle it off and on really fast, something he hasn't done before, at least not in our data that we were able to see, and it caused a pretty big backfire. And we look back at the EMAP sensors, it peaked at 65 PSI in the exhaust manifold for pressure, and normally that's more than double what we normally see.
Right.
Well, we thought maybe that would be the cause of the air rate within the boost control actuator. So we went back and looked at it, and it did. It did push it out of its calibration by over 13%. And then it started to slowly trend towards its maximum airline to where it caused it to just zero out as a safety to protect the motor while you're against Madison there in your chase.
If I would have cycled the ECU, would it reset?
Possibly, I don't know. That's a Dustin question.
No? Okay.
No, because it was physically out of its range.
It actually physically moved the arm and moved the rod.
Because you have, 65 PSI of pressure pushing this actuator. This guy.
Yeah.
Which the actuator is designed to do it, but when you have such a massive thermal expansion like that, it can cause a bit of a ruckus. It should be able to overcome the pressure, right?
Right.
But That was, I mean, that was the biggest backfire I've ever seen that car make, ever.
It was huge.
Yeah. So it couldn't, basically lost, it didn't know where it was anymore. So it started to air out. So as a precaution, we ended up changing it to our backup. Now this will be our backup.
No, remember, not a backup. We're going to order it. Yes. No, we're not. We're not.
Yeah, right? We're going to order it. No, we're not going to order it. We're going to order it.
No, we're not.
It's not my fault that none of you. But we just went back and recalibrated everything, so we're good to go for tomorrow. We're going to do some more testing in the morning, so we're gonna pack everything up, get out of here a little bit early, but we're going to show up early tomorrow and go through all this stuff in the car. Just do some sweeps to make sure everything's good.
Oh yeah, wheels up 7:30 a.m.
The thing that makes us happy is we found it right away. Went back, went through the data, correlated, hey, that when that backfire happened, did this come out of what? Yes.
Right.
We knew exactly what we had to go do.
I'm taking these home. I'm taking them home. They're going home with me. I'm fucking over it. Why are we carrying these around?
Also, those head studs, I just want you to know, if you ever tell me we're changing head studs at the track, I'm fucking going home right then.
I'll change head studs.
I'm gonna watch. Go.
Boys just got done with setup on the car. I'm gonna get suited up, get the car out there, and we're gonna start practicing.
Tattoo on the head. Do it. You won't. All right, RCP, Ryan Literal. We are moving on to our next battle. RCP, little Formula Drift Instagram takeover. Ryan Literal dialing it in. He had an issue yesterday that took him out of that seating bracket, but what's good is he found that issue. Now he's dialing in, but I'll tell you what, RCP is surging. The Garagistic BMW Look at that, just chameleon, Karma Chameleon, red, gold, and green. Oh, we lose another bumper there in that killer crossover. Here comes Ryan Literal, but RCP continues on, no problem. That dude has seen more hits, takes a lick and it keeps on ticking. And Ryan Literal tries to chase him down. Let's run that back and see what went good, what went wrong.
Yeah, RCP, love the initiation. Huge flick to entry there, and then Ryan Literal has to scrub out some angle to kind of get back online, get back into the fight. And then Rome really holding things a little bit too wide through that inside clip. So that's going to be a bit of a detriment. That does have some impact on the contact that was made there from Ryan Literal. So Rome was fairly offline through that section, getting a little too aggressive, holding onto the bank a bit too long. and that's what's going to cause that. You have to time coming off the bank so you're able to hit the inside clip. So Rome, not a ton of angle through that first outside zone, holds on way too long, and that's why it goes wide, messes up some of the transition. Both drivers foot to the floor, keep on it, and then Rome, I mean, same thing, has to, because of that, pushes him wide to the next outside zone. It's tough. One mistake in the beginning. Let's see. I mean, okay. Is there an issue with Rome's car? Not sure. Aggressive on that initiation from both drivers, but Rome back in the car and just a little bit too much. Well, Ryan Literal very smooth out front. His consistency has been incredible. Transitions nice and early there, but Rome kind of transitions later on, which pushes him wider. And now through here, you can see Rome adjusting the car. You can almost see into the car to see how he's moving the steering wheel to try and feed the car a little bit closer. So look at Rome, too aggressive on that initiation, backs the car in, and then from here, it's kind of the Ryan Literal show out front, while Rome has to fight to get back into the actual battle. So transition-wise, this is where we talk about you can kind of play this track a little bit differently. Some drivers choose to transition off inner clip really early. Some choose to hold it for a long period of time and then transition later. Either way is accessible, but judges have scored.
All right, so we just got done with our top 32 battle with Rome. We definitely knew he was fast. We knew that we had to be committed. He was, from the videos that I saw, he was one of the only people out there not handbraking into the bank, which I handbrake into the bank on initiation. I'll do a little feint, grab the brake just to set the car for a second, and then jump on the gas, which you can. I have done that before where you don't use any handbrake at all, but I feel like from a consistency standpoint, I'm able to do the same run every single time by doing that. So I knew that he was going to be committed. I knew that he was going to be fast. And as we were coming towards, like, through the middle of the bank and towards the outside of the bank, he was wobbling a little bit and wavering. And when we came down into inner one, I could tell that he was way wide. So I stayed online and I got really close to him and we had a slight contact. Finished, we transitioned, I was able to tuck in with him, but even on the, through the apron, he was kind of wonky, he was all over the place. He called the 5-minute. Then we switched positions, we got out front, my lead was clean. So we're on to top 16, super stoked. First top 16 of the year, not in the seating bracket for next round, which is fucking amazing. We were so stoked on that. But it's really hot out here, but the car is just jamming, dude. My guys are kicking ass, couldn't ask for better.
The driving, we'll revisit the second half of Odie Bakshis and Dylan Hughes, but right now Ryan Literal in his RB S15 versus the LS-powered BMW, Brandon Sorensen in his United States Air Force BMW. second sweeping turn. So some good driving there by both the drivers. They're just tightening up, don't leave in the judge's hands.
Yeah, Literal's gonna need a very smooth run. Here, because our first view was really smoky, but Ryan Literal, I love the initiation. Already on the left foot brake there. Is not as deep, but Brandon Sorensen doing a great job at mirroring everything and being right on him. Big left foot brake there, and then slingshots out. And Sorensen able to answer in most of the ways, but does get a bit of a gap hold on him. And right there, that tire lights up, and Sorensen just tries to put it out for contact. And then we can see there at that point, Ryan Literal knows there's a problem, shuts the car down, fire response is in there right away. So, looks like the judges are already calling for a side-by-side. They want to see what this is like, because there are some mistakes from both drivers in the lead. The chases were pretty solid, but there were some gaps here and there. It will come down to basically who had the best lead run at this point. Wow.
Yeah, definitely making the highlight reel, man. This year, we've seen just a lot of Enfuego.
Look at our track staff. Ryan Literal wasn't even stopped yet before. Is that Sopa?
Yeah.
Sopa's down there ready to go. Our main man on the line.
Yep. Lorette, wow, what a crazy one there. Ryan Literal, he's pumped.
Well, I have Ryan Literal here, and the first question was, are you okay? Yes, of course he's fine. Ryan, what do you even say about this?
That was lit. It was lit.
It was lit.
That was lit.
Well, he's going back in his car. We're going to get off the track. Jared, back to you.
Thank you. That's it's lit. So, yeah, I mean, obviously he wanted to get the win, but you saw him jump out of the vehicle, pumping his fist. Put on one heck of a show there, the Sunoco S15. That was a good time there.
Joe, what happened?
I think we had a small tire fire back here, but we were doing the whole Ricky Bobby, you're on fire! On the radio, he just kept going.
He stayed in there.
He stayed in it. You know what? We can officially say it's lit.
It was coming up. I looked at the mirror, but I'm like, I'm not fucking in it. Like, I'm not gonna stop doing it.
Everybody cheers.
Cheers, man. Cheers. Fucking awesome. That was lit. That was lit.
You on the show today.
It's been the day. That's it.
Yeah, man.
What'd you say about that tire temp sensor?
The tire temp was too high. It maxed out the sensor.
I wonder why that is.
I think it's because it was on fire.
Maybe.
Probably. That's probably why. Yeah. The sensor did still work.
Did it?
Sensor is still functional.
Sick.
And all of the harnesses that I built for your car are functional, but the ones that are supplied with our required FD equipment are toast.
Yikes.
But we could go right now. We could go into the next round right now.
I fired right up, drove right off.
That was pretty awesome the way you exited. I feel like, you know, when you were doing that, I was like, he's gonna drive that car off the track just to prove a point to the internet.
Yep. It's a little crispy.
Hey, Ricky, you on fire? You on fire, Ricky?
That was awesome. It was very exciting. However, I'm gonna leave because fuck this shit. I'm going to France.
It's FOP time.
I will see all of you 24 hours of Le Mans.
We will.
That's right.
Insert.
Yeah. So Dustin's doing
his humble brag right there. He's going to Lamar.
Yeah.
So next round, it's just me. I got to figure this out on my own.
Yeah, we just got done with our top 16 battle of Brandon, and it was a doozy, man. Like, easily the best this car's ever ran. It was lit, literally. And it was just so awesome. Me and him both, when we got out of the car, we were both so stoked on each other. It was just an awesome, full-hearted run. And both me and him thought one or the other got it. And it was just rad to, you know, just go toe-to-toe, door-to-door, and literally on fire, just everything, man. Like, that to me is what makes all of this hard work worth it, is having moments like that, having weekends like this one, where you're just making constant progression, you're just feeling the car, you know what you need to do in order to advance, and it's just no holding back. And I'm gonna say this every single time you see me on one of these videos, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm very proud of my people. I'm very proud of all of our partners. I'm just stoked to be able to do this at the level that we're doing it, and I'm really looking forward to New Jersey. So thank you guys for tuning in. We're gonna get this car loaded up. We got a lot of work left ahead of us.